1-800-348-1007.
Light 'em up!
Van Halen in the early 90s, maybe? Their ode to Amsterdam. I was reading about the city of Amsterdam. You know, they've been trying to pull back a bit on all of the tourists coming through and creating problems because for decades now, Amsterdam has been the spot you wanted to go to if you wanted to visit the red light district or if you wanted to get yourself some hash or you want to walk around and they kind of have gotten tired of it over the years as they've tried to kind of deter what they call troublesome tourism. And so they've launched a number of campaigns essentially telling people to stay away if that's what they're coming for. But despite efforts to deter people, visitors to Amsterdam have grown 21% over the past year. So on the one hand, they were like, we're going to move the red light district out of the city limits so that we can make it laborious to get out there, I guess. They're trying to clamp down on walking around smoking weed and, you know, all the things that I've never been to Amsterdam. My wife has been, but, you know, I
would love to go.
Right. Well, for a long time, that's where people wanted to go because they were like, well, this would be pretty cool.
I would like to go to the red light district, but I'm more of a touristy. Like, I just want to see it. I don't want to partake in any of the stuff. I also want to go to the Anne Frank house. Like, Amsterdam is notorious for that stuff, but I feel like
it is notorious for the Anne Frank house. You are right.
But like also like the red light district, I feel like 10%, if maybe lower, maybe 5% actually go and go to the prostitutes and stuff like that. I don't feel like people do that anymore.
Well, I don't know.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean,
American Men, like that was like the premise of so many like movies where they go over there and get prostitutes. I feel like not a lot of people do that. Like some people certainly do, but more people go there to just like see it and be amongst it rather than actually go to like glory holes and stuff. That's what they're doing, right?
No.
Well, what Amsterdam, the city of Amsterdam has put up online is a quiz for you to take that will get you hip to their rules pretty quickly. And in typical blunt Dutch fashion, whatever you answer, they will essentially come back with an answer for you like, yeah, you can't do that here anymore. Like, are you coming for a hen party or a stag do? You know, that's what they call bachelor and bachelorette parties over there. The ladies go out for a hen party, and the guys are going out for their stag party or their stag do. So when you go to the Amsterdam website there for the city of Amsterdam, they've got their quiz. Why would you like to visit Amsterdam is what it says. And then they give you honeymoon, sightseeing, stag party, shopping. Now, I imagine when I click stag party, it says this is going to be a hassle. It is forbidden to organize stag parties in Amsterdam.
What?
However, there is more to discover. Yeah, because this is the thing. People thought that Amsterdam, and maybe back in the day it was, but for a while now, Amsterdam has not been the city where you just went hog wild.
So many
There are a lot of things there that are illegal or you'll get tickets for that people don't realize. And so then it asks you, how many people are planning to visit Amsterdam? Let's say 3 to 5, right? What type of accommodation do you plan to stay at? Hostel. I'll click hostel. Would you like a guided tour among sex workers' windows? Right? What do you?
They're baiting you.
I'm gonna click yes, and it comes up. Sorry to disappoint, but guided tours are no longer allowed in Amsterdam. So this is what it is. Like they know what people are coming for, and so they're kind of loading the deck in their favor. Until what time would you like to go out? I'm gonna click 5 a.m. No more partying throughout the night. Bars close at 2 a.m. So they want to let people know. It says, would you like to do a pub crawl? Yes, I would. That's going to be a hassle, it says again.
I love that. That's going to be a hassle.
Yes. It is forbidden to organize and participate in pub crawls.
I'm guessing they don't.
This is literally
They're
not your
selling any
grandfather's.
Don't hassle me, I'm local shirts.
Is nothing sacred anymore? We can't even party and buy prostitutes and have a stag party.
I mean, listen, there are plenty of
Stay out till
cities.
5 a.m. and
Plenty
do
of
graffiti.
cities in Europe that'll be happy to pick up the slack.
Ibiza's still cool.
You might end up being sex trafficked, but that's just the price you might have to pay. So then the next question is, would you like to explore the city with a drink or a spliff in your hand? Yes, I would. Oh, bad news.
That's gonna be awesome.
Drinking and smoking cannabis in public are forbidden.
It makes it more fun.
You can't walk around with an open container. What famous Dutch products would you like to try and buy? One of them is, so here are the positively demented choices, right? Because they're trying to steer you off the path of going there to party. What famous Dutch products would you like to try and buy? Tulips, Molly, stroopwafel, or cocaine?
Ooh. I want some stroopwafel first and then cocaine because I don't want to lose my appetite.
Yeah, I'd like to sprinkle cocaine on my stroopwafel. Boy, that escalated quickly. I'd like to try cocaine, please. Oh, buying drugs from street dealers is illegal. Street dealers sell fake drugs, which are dangerous for your health. Buying drugs on the street can lead to getting fined. Well, yeah, that's the quiz that they've got up there for
That's
you.
so
and
cute.
really trying to get people out of going there just to party.
Like, Don't come here smoking a blunt.
Yeah, it's like Newman in Jurassic Park. I feel like I might have bailed out of this quiz though too quickly. Let me go back through. So no, yes to the pub crawl. Can't do the pub crawl. Would you like a spliff in your hand? Yes. No. Can't do that. Cocaine. Okay. So the very end, I just bailed before the end. It says, too bad. Considering your preferences, Amsterdam may not offer the experience you're looking for.
Wow.
So, yeah, they are really trying to get people to not come there. And so far, it's not working.
It's too late.
Well, it's not too late. A lot of things have changed there, but you still can go to the red light district. And you still can sit in a coffee shop and smoke hash. And there's a lot of things you can do.
How far out of the city is the red light district?
I don't know if they've even moved it yet, but I know that was a big thing that they had been talking about for a while.
And they don't care about all the whores that are not going to be able to make a living?
Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, those people are all licensed, I think, and they're all, that's a much more regulated situation. But again,
thinks about the hose. No one ever thinks about the hose.
Well, you're thinking about the hose?
I know, but I'm not a person of power.
Not yet. Maybe you'll be the future mayor of Amsterdam.
These hoes are just trying to make a living.
Yeah.
They got kids, too.
But, I mean, for a city like Amsterdam, which, boy, that whole place is funded by tourism revenue, it's got to be that's a real tightrope. To go, yeah, because obviously this all came about because when people go somewhere to party, after the pandemic especially, people forgot how to be in public. People forgot how to not be animals anymore. So there's people in Amsterdam who live there waking up with like puke on their doorstep. Or there's people all hours of the night running around screaming because they can't handle their high. Or they're peeing on like store windows and things like that. So they're like, we've really got to try to get this under control.
But just arrest more people. That's all you got to do. Just crack down. You don't have to deter people from going, but get a bigger police force. Get higher tickets so people got to pay higher fines. And if they don't pay them, like especially if they're tourists, just hold their
passport.
Yeah, hold their passport.
Well, I think what's interesting is that they're so serious about this quiz that they're routing it through Google so that anybody who Googles Amsterdam coffee shop or Amsterdam red light district or Amsterdam bachelor party, any of those keywords, I guess, when you type that in, it takes you to this quiz through Google. So they've got it routed that way. So they're like, we're just trying to let people know you can't come here and just go balls out. Full tilt boogie is no longer an option there in Amsterdam.
Take my business elsewhere.
Alan, I've been to Amsterdam twice. The Brits are a real problem. Well, they're not going to come out and say, I think that's the conventional wisdom, too. But even more so post-pandemic. I can't imagine that, American bros who were over there in Amsterdam are walking in a single file line and saying yes and no and thank you.
I just think there's a lot more British people that will go there just because of the
it's closer.
Closer, yeah.
Yeah.
Proximity.
Alan was stationed in Germany and visited many, many brothels in Europe, including Amsterdam. Yeah. Well, of course, Bryan Cranston has told the story on a number of occasions how he lost his virginity with a prostitute in Amsterdam as a young man, 16-year-old. In Singapore, the punishment for spitting is to be beaten with a cane. Yeah, who was the kid? You guys are probably too young to remember the kid who got beaten with the cane.
I thought
it was
Singapore.
A big story. Yeah, Singapore. That's what I
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
What was that kid's name?
His name was
remember it
Michael
mostly
Fay.
Because of the Weird Al cover, the Weird Al version of the Crash Test Dummies song.
Oh, the
Yeah,
song?
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He brings that.
Headline news?
Yeah.
He brings up the kid getting beaten with a cane?
Yup.
Oh, now I got to hear
Once there was this kid who.
Yeah, Michael Fay. This is 94 that this happened. It's a big deal. Because the line that was in all the articles was beaten with a rattan cane, or he got lashes or something. An American teenager, 6 times with a cane for violating the Vandalism Act. And this caused some problems in the relationship between Singapore and the United States.
There was this kid who took a trip to Singapore and brought along his spray paint, and when he finally came back, he had cane marks all over his bottom. He said that it was from when the warden whacked it so hard.
Genius. It is genius. Perfect.
Give him the halftime show.
Oh, please give him the halftime show. Enough with your Taylor Swift nonsense. Oh.
There was this girl who
This must be Tanya Harding, right?
swore that one day she would be a figure skating champion, and when she finally made it, she saw some other girl who was better. So she hired some guy to club her in the kneecap.
Weird Al. You magnificent son of a bitch. All right, well, yeah, Michael Fay was the kid who got caned. That was 30 years ago. So, I mean,
know, it was a
the
long
dude's
time
got to
ago.
be, I don't know how old he is now.
Right.
But
40,
yeah, 40-something.
almost 50 maybe.
Parents divorced when he was a child. After living with his father for a time, he was sent to Singapore to live with his mother and stepfather. So he was there and going to an American school in Singapore. 67 cars had been vandalized, including spray painting. See, my recollection of it was that they had...
I think caning, you don't got to put anybody in jail. Just give them a good caning and go, hey, now cut it out.
Yeah, I guess my recollection of it, and it's pretty faint now, was that he had said he didn't do it or that he had been singled out or framed or something, but I think he did pled guilty to 2 counts of vandalism.
I got an Alan Cox Show exclusive.
Oh, God, I love those. Hold on.
Alan Cox Show! Exclusive news update!
This weekend, one of the featured artists of the Snubble Shots is none other than Weird Al Yankovic.
Alan
love it.
Cox Show!
Oh.
Exclusive news update!
We do the Snubble Shot weekends where it's 2 songs from artists who have yet to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we're really taking our liberties with it, too.
I caught some
They're
Iron
good.
Maiden
Yeah.
last weekend. I caught some Alice in Chains. I'm digging it.
When I end the show today, we're going right into White Stripes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We're going to play Jethro Tull, Greg Kihn Band. Remember the Greg Kihn Band?
No. Who's that?
Talk about Weird Al. That comes full circle. He did a song called Jeopardy. Our Love's in Jeopardy.
Okay.
Weird Al did I Lost on Jeopardy. He did the breakup song. That was Greg Kihn. Greg Kihn was another guy who was on the radio for a long time. when the rock and roll thing kind of started to fade away. He was doing Las Vegas radio for a long time.
Oh, okay. I know this song. I just didn't know who
The
sang
breakup
it.
song.
Yeah.
Greg Kinband. Yeah, so these snubble shots all weekend long are songs from people who have been snubbed for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I love it.
It's great.
Sublime, Twisted Sister, Jay Giles. It's really all over the place.
Oh, Jay Giles is great.
It's fantastic. Jay Giles. My wife is a huge Jay Giles fan. So when we saw, I think it was the first time we saw Bob Seger, because it was like, Bob Seger and the Jay Giles Band. My wife was in heaven. So we were like in the second row at the Romo Fijo to see that show. And she was on cloud 9. It was us and Chris Tyler. Remember Chris Tyler?
Yeah, Chris Tyler.
Our
How's he
old
doing?
boss. Don't know. I haven't talked to him in a minute. So, anywho, Amsterdam, if that's anywhere on your to-do list, maybe take that quiz first. Because if you're just going there to see some tulips and eat some stroopwafel, you're going to have a great time, according to the city of Amsterdam. But if you want, I don't know, let's say cocaine and hookers, they're going to try to keep you from showing up.
That would be epic, though, if I lost my virginity there.
In Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Just go.
You still could.
Well, yeah. I got to plan a trip. I want to go with some friends. I don't want to go by myself.
Alan, I was in the Navy back then when they caned Michael Fay, and they said that the first crack ripped him wide open. Yeah, that kid got effed up from that.
Don't mess around.
Nope. Because he was spray painting cars. By the way, listen, there's no accounting for what a teenage brain will do. And if you've been living there for a while, maybe you figure you have a good feel for the culture, or he probably just thought, I'm an American, I can do what I want to do, or at least there will be a way for me to avoid the normal punishment if I go to the American school. Maybe he thought a lawyer would get him out. I don't know. But man, if I was living in a country like that where they whack you for like spitting or chewing gum or whatever, I'd be like, I'm going to walk. I would be like pound cake on the freeway. Hands at 10 and 2, driving at 35 miles per hour. I wouldn't even give anyone a glance askew. I got a break. The Bill Squire Friday Get Down is about an hour away. That's how we start the weekend around these parts. I'll have those last pair of tickets. You want to go to that Joe Satriani, Steve Vai show. That tour is coming to Cleveland.